Guys, it's Shane again, and I'm here to do a little review, talk about this little guy. This is a Fiskars Hatchet. So, yeah, let's talk about this for a second. This thing costs 15-20 bucks. You can get Walmart is where I got it, Garden Center. I think you can get Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, whoever's around you that does some type of home improvement, gardening, whatever center. So let's discuss this for a second. A couple mods I made is I had this little paracord at the bottom. You can wrap your hand around it, but I will say that I have never once, I've owned this for probably a year and a half, 2 years, had this slip out of my hand. This part does a great job of preventing that where it curves over, and there is some texture. Let me see if I can get some of that on here. It's not very aggressive, which I actually kind of like, because when I'm using it without gloves, it's not like hurting my hand, but it is just enough to give you some good grip. So love that. It's very effective. Again, haven't had it slipped out whether I'm wearing gloves, doing it barehanded. Hands are wet, hands are sweaty, hands are clammy, hands are cold, whatever. It works pretty well. So one thing you'll notice is you can't really see down there, but this is hollow, which would be great for storing kind of some extra stuff if you want to. But it makes this end super light. This end's a little heavier. I've been told the whole idea is to create kind of like a baseball bat, so when you swing, you get a lot of force up here, which I can say it gets a lot of force and it works really well. You can see mine's pretty used. I've used it a lot, and the edge it's not super sharp right now, but it is, I believe, called a Scandinavian grind on it. I may be wrong on that, but basically it comes down, then it goes straight down to the edge, and it doesn't kind of come down, then go down, and then go down again to create the edge, which makes this super easy to sharpen on my 3-stone sharpener. I don't need to get like a little hand sharpener or whatever for it. I use the same one for my knife, and it gets pretty freaking sharp. Sharp enough to cut paper without any problems. I don't know if I'll say razor sharp, but sharp enough to do the job most definitely. So, and I will say, since I've got this for family camping trips, I used to just bring out some pre-cut wood. Now I just go out, find whatever wood I can find, and process it in the campsite using this little guy. So that also saves me money there too, and saves me space whenever we're traveling out with the cars and stuff. You will notice, I don't know if you've seen these before, if you have, you might notice there's normally a handle here. When I pack it in my bag, I didn't like the way the handle kind of takes up space. I'm going to call it useless space, because there's really nothing I could put in there, nothing I could do with it. It just adds an extra inch or so. So I went ahead and used my Dremel guide to cut that off and sand it down a little bit to make it a little better. And because I got rid of the handle, which is what I was using to hang this with, that's why I added a paracord, so I can kind of hang this up in camp on pole or something. So that's all I got. 15, 20 bucks for this sucker, and it's done an amazing amount of work for me. I'm not going to say it's the greatest some of the higher end hatchets that are going to cost more, but I'll definitely say if you're on a budget and you're just looking for some stuff to process some wood, I'd say go for it. This is a heavier hatchet though. It's not as heavy as some I've had, but if you are backpacking, it might not be the most ideal choice for the weight. So there might be some lighter ones out there. I'm not quite sure on that, so I'm not going to say this is the best if you're trying to do some ultralight backpacking someplace. So that's all I got, and thanks for your time. Have a great one.